Hello fellow geeks and welcome back to Running Geek Girl. My name is Heather and it's time to wrap up the month of June. Yes, it is time for a June update. If you're new here, make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my running content that I have coming out all the time. Every month I try to give a brief update on what I've been doing as far as training goes, take a look at new equipment and gear that I've accrued over the month, and look at what is coming up ahead race-wise and for the channel. So let's jump into the training. As most of you know, I am still training for the Little Rock Marathon that is going to be happening in November. It is typically in March. It has been moved to November this year due to COVID, so I am still in training for that. Longest run of the month was this last weekend in ramping up some of my long runs. I'm up to 18 miles now on my long runs, and for the rest of the week I have taken to running 6 days a week, at least 5K. There are some days where I do 10K. There are some days where I do 5K as well as speed drills or a 5K and hill repeats. So I am definitely getting a lot more running in than I have in the past, and still getting a little bit of walking in for recovery. So let's just take a look at how training went so far this month. Well, that's another week down. I am now on vacation visiting some family in Florida. So let's talk about what happened over the last week. I did another week of running every day. Some days was 5K, some days it was closer to 10K. I did hill repeats one day, so feeling stronger about that. I was going to try to do 10 miles for my long run on Saturday, but Saturday was super busy. I had a scouting ceremony, I had a wedding to go to, I had to pack for vacation, so I managed to fit in almost 9 and then had to call it. So I am glad that I got a run in at all. So there is that. For this week, I have been scouting out different streets to run on. Thankfully, I'm in a neighborhood that's fairly quiet. It has a lot of streets that loop around, so it's hard to get lost. Some light hills here and there, so definitely getting a workout. And definitely getting some heat. So there you have it. That's another week down. I'll catch up with you while I'm still on vacation next time. And we are back for another week. It's actually been a couple of weeks. If you've watched my vacation vlogs, then you kind of have an idea of some of the running that I've been doing. The first weekend I was able to get about a 5-mile long run in with the time that I had. Spent the last couple of weeks kind of taking it easy on myself. Lots of run walks because I was in Florida and it was incredibly hot. So didn't want to push myself too hard, and I needed to give myself a little bit of a break. And last weekend, long run just didn't really happen. It was storming when I left, so I couldn't run early in the day. I was in a car all day, and by the time I got home, unpacked and started laundry, it was about 8:30 at night. I ended up going out and doing about a 5K just because I needed something, because I was really needing to stretch my legs after being in a car all day, so that felt okay. But back to regular running this week, trying to get at least a 5K in every day. It's been somewhat cooler the last day or so, so that's been a little bit easier to get some miles in. I've been working a lot on my hydration, strength training. I'm kind of holding off on the core work because I've been having random cramps in my ab muscles, and I really don't want to make those any worse, but I am picking the upper body training back up. I'm working on that. Long run planned for this weekend for 18 miles. Looking at my schedule and making sure that I can fit that in addition to family obligations that I typically have during the weekend. But feels good to be back home working on hydration and getting my nutrition back on track, because I was on vacation, so nutrition kind of went out the window for a little bit. So we'll check back in after this weekend's long run. So here we are at the end of the month. This week's runs went pretty well. Been hard to kind of fit them in with the weather kind of being all over the place heat-wise. Long run was 18 miles. It was way too hot to do it outdoors, so it had to be on the treadmill, which went a lot more slowly than I would have liked, but I got it done. Today and the after effects, my feet are sore. I really think I should probably get some new shoes and see if that helps the problem. And top of my left glute keeps cramping up, so I'm gonna see if I can work that out. But other than that, I managed to stay consistent for another month. So that does it for June. Let's take it back inside. And there you have it. That was just a brief look at how training went. Again, if you missed some of my vacation videos, I did have a little bit of training updates in some of my vacation blogs. I was kind of trying to take things a little easier on myself because I have been pushing a little bit hard in trying to make sure that I am marathon ready. So kind of slowed things down, especially due to the warmer weather, and came home to even hotter and muggier weather. And so I've been trying to slow things down just a little bit because, trust me, my heart rate is still shooting up as high as it ever did. There's still a lot of effort going on. So once the weather cools down, I should be able to pick up the pace again, and we'll see what happens once we come to marathon day. Taking a look at races in the month of June, I did not officially do anything other than my circumpolar race around the world that I am doing with 9 other ladies. As I said last time, we finished our Australian leg of the around the world race that we are doing virtually, and this is the medal that came in for the Down Under region that we finished. That was region 6, I believe. We are now on to the next region, which is Asia, and we're about halfway through this particular portion of Asia. So as soon as we finish that and we get a medal in for that, I will be sharing that in an upcoming monthly update video. Now, I did see some virtual races that I am interested in registering for. You know that for the past couple of years, I've done the Wonder Woman race virtually, the DC Wonder Woman race that is offered. Sometimes they travel from town to town in the US, hitting some major areas. I was able to do it live in Little Rock when they first had it here a couple of years ago. They switched to virtual so that more people are able to do that and not have to gather because of COVID restrictions. And so I'm looking at doing that in addition to the Batman virtual race, which I also did last year. And now this year they have added a Superman virtual race that I am looking at entering. And if you register for all 3, then you get your Justice League series medal. So a special medal for all of that. So I am looking at doing that and then doing unboxing videos as the gear for each one of those virtual races comes in. So if that's something you're interested in seeing, then make sure that you let me know down in the comments. Also, I am looking at maybe doing my first ever trail race. There is one that is just west of Little Rock, so not too bad of a drive. And it is going to be in August, which definitely means some warmer weather, but it is early in the morning and it is on the trails. So I'm thinking about maybe doing it. They do have several distance options available. I could take a look at the 10K or potentially the 10 miler, and keep in mind that as this is a trail race, these are kind of approximate type distances. It's not exact. So it's something that I'm potentially doing if I can get up the nerve to actually register for it, just pull the trigger on it. So let me know what you think about that, considering that I don't have a ton of trail running experience, but it is something that I am wanting to get more involved in. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Let's talk a little bit about some of the new gear that I got over this month. Now, I've done a couple of unboxing videos recently that highlight some of the things that I have gotten in the mail and have had the opportunity to try out. Most recently, I have gotten things such as this massage gun, and you can expect a review of this before too long. I have also gotten this 40-ounce water bottle that's insulated, has the straw attachment that's built in up here. This thing will keep my drinks cold for 24 hours. Like, I have put in ice at 8 in the morning, and by 10 o'clock that night, there is still ice in there. So this thing works really, really well. I've been getting through about 2 of these a day and really upping my hydration game. It is really helping a lot. Plus, I love the color. Also recently, Pro Compression had a deal on their Magic Sock set that is based off of Harry Potter. So colors for every one of the Harry Potter houses, plus these Harry Potter glasses and lightning bolt ones. So I took advantage of that deal and they came in. So Pro Compression makes some amazing compression socks. So I'm really looking forward to using those and also showing a little bit more of my Harry Potter fandom. Coming up on the channel, I do have a lot of videos that are in the works right now, particularly some more of the Run the USA series. I've been talking to quite a few people that live in the Arizona area that have given me a lot of great suggestions for races to run in Arizona, so be on the lookout for that. And then after that will be my home state of Arkansas. So those will definitely be coming out very soon. I've also noticed that a lot of you really like when I go out on the trails and kind of take the camera along with me and show you a little bit of what I'm seeing. So there are going to be some more trail run videos coming up, especially as I am trying to get more trail experience under my legs. And you also seem to like a lot when I do reviews of various apps. So there is going to be an app review coming up very soon. This is one that's kind of a lesser known app that I really haven't seen too many people talking about. So I'm going to be giving it a try and letting you know what my thoughts are on it. And just to kind of give you a little more insight into who I am, I know some of you really enjoyed seeing my vacation vlogs and seeing me just kind of hang out and do my thing. But one of the biggest areas of my life has always been theater, and that is something that I am still involved to. I am very glad to announce that live theater is back in this area. I have been cast in a show. I am currently in rehearsals for it and going to be in performances very soon. And so I thought I would give you just a quick backstage tour so that you can kind of see things from an actor's perspective, things that the audience would not typically see if they were coming to see a show, kind of a look behind the curtain, as it were, so that you can see what goes into doing a show. So you can come and be a little theater nerd with me and it'll be really fun. So that's a look at what has happened over the month of June. If you found this fun or entertaining, then make sure that you let me know down in the comments or by giving this video a big thumbs up. Both of those things help the video get out there and help me reach more runners to bring them to the channel so that we can have more geeks in the community. You can also follow me on social media. All the links are going to be down in the description. You can find me across most platforms under the name Running Geek Girl. Thank you so much for being here for another month. I am so glad that you stuck with me, and I can't wait to see you around next time. Happy running!